What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are gonna dive into a little bit of ECU tuning on my wife's Audi S3. So this is the Cobb access port, which I've used a lot on my R35 Nissan GTR. So for the S3 though, you can get the Cobb tuner and even do transmission tuning along with just the ECU. Now, Cobb has changed a few things in the last few years to where you really can't do things that bypass emissions. However, on the S3, this is more of a short-term car for us. We have the RS3 coming later in the year, early next year. And with this, we can at least still dive into a good stage 1 setup, do some transmission tuning, and even dive into stage 2 just to get this thing pumping out some more power in the time being. Super easy to do. Let's start with going to the computer, get some tunes on it, and start flashing it. So at your computer, you're just gonna type in your year, make, model, and any trim level information, and then hit Find Maps on Cobb's website. Then it's gonna load all these different maps that you can see. We have stage 1, 2, and then a 0, which is kind of just stock one. We have anti-theft, all sorts of different maps you're able to pick. So I'm just basically gonna go for a basic stage 1 US vehicle. We're gonna hit Get, and then from here, just gonna follow the prompts. Of course, gonna do the fuel type, which is gonna be 93 octane, and add that to car, and you'll just follow the prompts. It'll email it to you, and then you're gonna be able to download it, and these are all free, just the normal off-the-shelf maps. And then along with the ECU one, we can continue scrolling down to some of the transmission ones, and these are also for the Golf R since it's the same car, but we're gonna end up doing one of the transmission ones, not too sure yet. But from there, once you get on your desktop, you're gonna open the access port manager, and of course you will want to plug in your Cobb access port to your computer. You'll just drag and drop it into here with the access port plugged in, and then you are good to go. And then from here, we're just gonna turn the ignition on to the car, let all the electronics turn on nicely, take the Cobb access port, plug it into the cable that it's gonna come with, and then we're just gonna plug this into the OBD2 port, which is right down here. Plugging that in, it's gonna turn on. And with it plugged in, we're now able to load the tune. Now, if this is the first time you plug this into the car, I've already messed with it off camera just to make sure everything works nicely, but you're gonna install the Cobb access port, it'll do its thing, and then you're gonna go into your tune right here, change your ECU map, which is the one we just loaded, then you're gonna be able to flash the car with your new tune. So from there, we are all set flashing the ECU. Just simply follow along the instructions that are on the tuner as you do it. If you want to see a more detailed video, check out the one I did on the GTR years ago. I'll have that link down below. But literally anybody can do it, super easy. But from here, now let's go ahead and start the car. Hopefully it turns on. My foot on the brake. First start up now. Everything obviously starts up normal. And now we're gonna take it for a spin. All right, so to start it all off, we're just gonna drive conservatively. I like to do this whenever you update an ECU, just to let everything warm up, the electronics get back to normal, because at this point when you first flash the car, everything is reset. Every single code, plug, everything in the car has been reset. So we just kind of want to do a basic drive cycle, just warm everything up to operating temperature. Don't get on the car just yet. And then on top of that, I have a really good phone mount you can see mounted in between these air vents. This is really cheap. I'll have that linked on Amazon. It was like 10 or 15 bucks. And it's got a nice magnet. That way I can have the Cobb access port here. And as you can see, we have everything on it that you can scroll through. Not necessarily use while you're driving, but at least if you have the car running, you have easy access to check codes, things like that. But from here, we're just gonna go to the gauges, click on that one, and then now we're gonna be able to monitor some parameters. You can adjust your screen on here to view your air-fuel ratio, boost, things like that, intake temperature, or stuff like that. So we just have it up with the air-fuel ratio, that way I can see some important data just to make sure everything is squared away. But normal driving now, as we get more and more warmed up, everything feels pretty much the same. We'll dive into transmission later on in another video. But so far, we'll just let the car warm up, get to full temperature, then I'm gonna shut it off, and then start it up again and do another drive cycle just to slowly get things working. And we're gonna slowly get onto the car a little bit harder and harder. All right, so after a drive cycle, let's get on it just a little bit more. You can feel that turbo boosting nicely. Now my car, I have a carbon fiber Arma-Speed air intake, and then just the AWE catback exhaust. So just a very basic setup on this particular vehicle. You can already feel the turbo just a little bit more peppy than before. Let's go to manual mode, down to 3rd gear. Half throttle. We're starting to get its juices flowing a little bit. Starting to feel out a little bit extra power. And remember, this is just the stage 1 off the shelf, so just a good step to get this car a little bit more peppy than what you get from the factory. Now let's go to dynamic mode, and we'll turn my exhaust valve on. Obviously sounds pretty good. That little extra pep, it's pretty impressive how just a little software change with the car, it just gives you that little extra fun factor with the car where it starts to pull a little bit harder. And it's crazy because this car already in the stock form is really peppy, really fun to drive. Alright, so now that we're really warmed up, a little bit more miles on it, it sounds good too. I feel like it sounds just a little bit different than before. Let's do a second gear pull. Alright, this thing is starting to move a little bit. Dude. And I'm sure it works for the car's favor for being about 45 degrees outside, so we are getting boost weather right now. Dude, this thing is peppy. I think my wife is never going to let me drive it now. She's going to be stuck driving it all the time. Jeez, that's up to 70 just so quickly. This thing is so peppy. And the engine just feels really, really smooth. Gosh, I think this is one of the best 4-cylinder motors because, I don't know, it sounds really good, especially with the exhaust and air intake. It doesn't sound like just a 4-cylinder. Every other 4-cylinder turbo, they sound like it. The Audi, something they do with how they tune the engine and how the parts for this car are set up, this thing sounds so good. And now with the upgraded stage 1 tune, it's kind of at that next step up in power to where it puts that little extra smile on your face to where you know this isn't just a sporty little 4-cylinder. This is actually a pretty performance-focused 4-cylinder motor. Alright, we're going to whip a U-turn now that we are really, really warmed up and see what else this car has to offer. Gosh, I am loving this even more. From first gear now. And the power just keeps carrying. It like carries up to red line and it feels really, really smooth. I love that aspect with, especially how the power delivery is now. It doesn't just like hit you low and fall flat on its face. It's an engine and tune set up to where it's actually pretty linear and smooth for a 4-cylinder. A lot of 4-cylinders, they will give you a turbo that's really small to where you get that torque to get you up and go, but they really fall flat on their face when you start to really get on the engine. And this one really feels good. Air-fuel ratio, everything looks pretty normal. Everything else that I'm monitoring, it seems like everything is running perfectly. And of course, we'll drive it more, run it through drive cycles to get all the computer settings all set up. We're going back into dynamic mode. This is, crack this sunroof to get some more sound. Gosh. This thing is peppy. You have got to do just a simple tune on it. And the cool thing, even though Cobb right now, not the greatest tuner to work with just because you can only go so far now, you can't go crazy with a Cobb Access Sport anymore. This kind of car, the stage 1 setup, just gives you that extra get up and go. Even if you just get the Access Sport without transmission capabilities, you know, $600-700 and you got the stage 1 setup, and you can still do the stage 2 setup. However, from what I'm reading, I think you need to do the tune for the transmission if you're going to do the stage 2. But the stage 1 setup just gives you that extra pep, and from what I've heard, the transmission upgrade for the DSG actually gives you that extra little step up in power even. I've seen some dyno graphs where the transmission tune on this actually gives you more wheel horsepower and does a lot, so I'll definitely have to do that. And then the stage 2 setup gives you that extra bit of torque and power and turbo boost and stuff like that, just to really take it to the next level. And a car like this, you know, I'm not planning to do it catless or anything like that just because it's not a long-term car, and I feel like these 2 setups you can do for this car, really 3, stage 1, add the transmission, stage 2, really good way to get this car or your Golf R into a pretty peppy setup. That was half throttle. This thing moves like a little 4% or getting up to 75 without even thinking. Man, oh man, if you got a Golf R and S3, just a simple, basic, off-the-shelf map is a great way to step this thing up. Alright, so playing with the car a little bit more, I like the step up. It's just a good bump up in power, and I feel like even at this setup, the transmission is still handling everything fine. There are things to be desired with the DSG the way it is stock, so of course that's going to be a good next step up. However, everything kind of just, this feels like the car should have come like this. Not to say it wasn't nicely tuned the way it is from Audi, but this extra step up just gives you that extra bump to where, you know, you kind of know what you're in. You know you're in something a little bit extra special. But transmission is still handling everything nicely. Gosh, how does this little car just pack such a punch? Oh man, really well balanced, just a really well balanced setup. A few more turns. I don't know if I hear too much more like induction noise or anything, but you can really hear that turbo. It doesn't come off crazy loud on camera, I don't think, the way the turbo sounds, but the armor speed intake gives you that nice whistle, a little bit of that blow-off noise. Oh man, S3 is coming together. This is just a fun car. And if you're looking for a nice, affordable, luxury-focused sedan, the S3 is a car to get. We really love this car so much. And with the basic bolt-ons, it's certainly stepped up in sound. You know, the handling's really good with the magnetic suspension and the springs, and the wheels look awesome. And then now it's just a basic setup for the tune. The car just comes together so well. All right, there we go. Stage 1 on the S3 is officially in the books. Got this thing with its first ECU tune to really crank up the power in it. Impressive little car. Like seriously, S3 is an impressive little car, and we are having a ton of fun with it. I think that is then it. Kind of my reactions to the basic tune on the car. Definitely a good step up. I'd highly recommend it if you want a cheap, easy way to do it. You can do this at home with whatever computer you have. It's so simple. You just buy this and you got a few free maps you can load onto it and just kind of use. And you're able to monitor check engine lights, things like that. Check out the performance testing, things like that as well. So it's really cool to be able to have that type of capability with a little tiny computer. And you don't need to leave this plugged into the car all the time. On the GTR, when I'm running it on that car, I don't always have it plugged in. For the most part, I don't plug it in. I keep it ready to go in case I'm doing a performance driving event or something like that. I'll have it plugged in to monitor parameters. But once the car, once I drive this for a week or so, I'm just gonna leave this in the glove box like I do on the GTR and just do that. For you S3 and Golf R owners, what is your experience with tuning the car? What's your favorite setup? And what do you think really makes these cars come alive? With that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. See you all in the next video.